Welcome to another RSR. Tonight I'm reviewing Club America 2, Chivas Guadalajara 3, 5-3 on aggregate in the CONCACAF Champions Cup round of 16 leg 2. America advances to play most likely the New England Revolution in the quarterfinals of this tournament. Chivas put up a good fight, but they didn't do enough last week to help sustain that fight. They had to be perfect tonight. They weren't. They still had a chance, but they ran out of time. Ran out of gas, ran out of time. Club America 2, Chivas Guadalajara 3. 5-3, global. 3-2 esta noche en la Concachampions de la CONCACAF. Octavos de final, partido vuelta. Club América avanzar a la cuartos de final contra New England Revolution. Big game win here for America. They had to do what they had to do. They were at home. They couldn't give up 3 without scoring 1. They scored 2. Chivas could not score 5. Simple as. Goals were scored as follows. In the 12th minute, Cade Cowell. Ball crossed to him by Alan Mozo. Cade Cowell with a bullet header into the net past Malagon to make it 0-1. 3-1 on aggregate. 0-1 esta noche. 3-1 global. But a bullet header to start the game off right for Chivas. Then, 20 minutes later, Ricardo Marin, free kick played in. He basically glances the header into the net to make it 0-2. 3-2, 3-2 on aggregate. 0-2 esta noche, 3-2 global. Perfect start by the half. Halftime 0-2, 3-2 on aggregate. 0-2 esta noche, 3-2 global. But in the 51st minute, the wheels start falling off the bus. Alan Mozo with the own goal. Ball crossed in by Valdez. Tries to get it to Quiñones, but Mozo taps it in. Puts it past Wally for an own goal. 1-2. 4-2 on aggregate, 1-2 esta noche, 4-2 global. And then in the 60th minute, another defensive mistake by Chivas leads to an equalizer for America. Alejandro Zendejas picks up a rebound, shot taken, falls into a no man's land. Another shot, a ball played to Zendejas again by Valdez. Zendejas taps it in. Easy as you like. 2-2, 5-2 on aggregate. 2-2 esta noche. 5-2 global. And then in the 63rd minute, 3 minutes later, Chivas still have life for the rest of the match because Roberto Piojo Alvarado scores a goal, finds the back of the net, pops it in, cross in, gets it in there. 2-3, 3-2, 2-3 esta noche, 5-3 on aggregate, 5-3 global. But that's the way it would end. Chivas cannot find a goal with Chicharito. They were really winning in the air, but it just wasn't meant to be on the night. They could not find another goal, which leads to the full-time whistle being 2-3 on the night, 5-3 on aggregate, 2-3 esta noche, 5-3 global. Club America advances. Club America avanzar a la cuartos de final. And there you go. Full-time stats are as follows. 12 shots to 10, 3 shots on goal to 5, 60% possession to 40% possession, 518 passes to 342, 87% pass accuracy to 77%, pass accuracy 7 fouls to 17, 0 offside to 0, 1 yellow card to 3, 0 red cards to 0, 4 corners to 6. Listen, Club America did enough over both legs. They did exactly what they needed to do. They scored 1 goal. They scored 2 goals at home. They scored 3 on the road. They did what they had to do. They damn near choked. But they woke up and said, hey, we got to score some goals. We got to calm this down. We got to find our way through. We cannot let this happen to us. We cannot let them come back on us and embarrass us in our own house. For the 2nd year running, because this happened in the semifinals of the Clausura last year, they could not let that happen again. They could not let that happen again. And they do not. And Chivas, again, was horrible at home against Club America. At the Azteca, they were way better. Why that is, I don't know. But Chivas, they really fought. I am very impressed by the fight. But here's the kicker. you didn't do enough at home. You get 1 goal at home, all you got to do is get 1 more instead of 2, which that could have been way easier to do. Still beat you, still get you through on away goals. It would be 5-5, but you would have 4 away goals, so even then, you're still through with the 4 away goals and the 1 home goal. You couldn't do that. If you scored 2 goals at home, y'all both scored 3 away, so it would have been extra time, but you couldn't do enough at home. You basically gave up. You got run ragged. You got run ragged. You never had a chance at home. You played a horrible disaster class game. And to be honest, you had to be perfect to overturn that. And for a while, you looked like you were. And even when you were down, or even when you were tied 2-2 on the night, you looked like you could overturn that, score 3 goals in about 30 minutes. You didn't, but you could. But the problem is you can't just play one leg and say, hey, we're going to overturn this. I think last year was a bad lesson to learn. I'm not saying they were planning on this to happen, but they're like, hey, we did it last year. We went to their house and knocked them out and embarrassed them. We could do it again. It's almost a year ago. We could do it again. Same team, a couple of better changes, better manager, arguably. We could do it. You don't want to plan on that, though. And that's, I don't think they were. I think in the end, it's like, okay, here's the situation. We've done it before. We could do it again. And they still fought, even when it looked bleak. Multiple times it looked bleak. They still fought. But here's the thing. When it looks bleak, it's probably bleak, you know. And Chivas, they could have done much more. They could have done much better as this game went on. They could have done so much more last week and actually put in this effort. It's there. Yeah, they lost 3 games straight going, well, with that game. But they could have put in so much more effort. Why they didn't put in the effort at their own house, you could tell. The performances on both legs were so different. The heart that we saw tonight, we should have saw last week. If we did, you probably would have won the tie. Why let them steamroll you at your own house, even if that's a normal thing that happens, which, again, history's meant to be broken. Records are made to be broken. But you play with all full heart in their own stadium. It makes no sense to me. And to be completely honest and to be completely frank, I don't exactly like the way that Chivas played this tie. Yeah, they played tough in the second leg when it was bleak. They got a 2-0 lead. They did what they needed to do in the first half, get 2 goals before América gets 1. Because if they did that, it makes it a lot easier to get to 4, and you don't get your back broken by an equalizer or a first goal by Club América, which was the plan. And they did that. And then, Alan Moso, who's had really good form and should be on the national team, went and screwed it up. Even though he got an assist, he went and scored the own goal. And you got to look at it and say, well, damn. That sucks. And it really does. But here's the thing, right? You look at the football being played, and it's like, you could have showed this heart last week as well. Maybe you win the tie. They missed a lot of opportunities. They wasted an opportunity. And why? That's the question. And why? But what can you do? Man of the match for me is Cade Cowell tonight. Because honestly, he's the only reason Chivas had a chance. Nobody on América really deserves man of the match in my book. They did exactly what they needed to do. I'm more focused on Chivas because it's like, dude, you made a mountain out of a molehill where you could have made this easier to circumvent at home and then still get it done tonight, but you had to be perfect tonight. You just weren't. Club América did just enough, but even then, their performance, like they did hold the possession, they hold the passes, they got 2 goals, but did they really do much that you could be like, well, damn, you know what, that's what I want to see? No. They played milquetoast. Y'all played well, but guess what? It's not enough. They played out of this world last week. You played crappy. Guess what? And make sure that's enough, that a milquetoast game's enough for them. You did this to yourself. I was going to enjoy the comeback, and I wanted to see it, not going to lie. I was going to laugh at Club América if it finished to where Chivas came back and knocked him out. I would have laughed. I would have trolled him. No joke. This has been funny. I did it last year too. So, par for the course, right? But it's like, they didn't really have to do much, but they did enough. They did what they had to do. And here we are. So be it. Sucks for you. With that being said, if you like this video, like it, share, subscribe. You know what it is. Tell your friends. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell notification once subscribed. Send super chats on the live streams. Comment on this video. Put us in playlist. Share with friends and family. All that great stuff. I'll see you tomorrow. Hopefully for 2 streams and 1 review. Severe weather potential. Looks like we may not be able to do the Revs versus Alajuelense second leg. But again, it's 4-0 Revs, I think. Even if it wasn't to happen, it was just Cincinnati versus Monterrey. I don't think we're missing anything. But plan is to do both lives for Revs versus Alajuelense or Alajuelense versus Revs. And then Monterrey versus Cincinnati, and then review Monterrey, Cincinnati. That's the plan. I will, if the Revs stream goes down and you don't see that, you know what's going on. There's either a tornado warning inbound to where I am, even if it is nothing. Still, we gotta be safe. Better safe than sorry. Or it's right over us. Either way, if it's big hail, I don't care. If it's large winds, strong winds, I really don't care. We could stream through that. Loud thunder, stream through that. I'm streaming through my TV. We could stream through that. Unless the power goes out, then well, no. We've streamed through power going out too. But if there's a tornado warning and sirens going, either if it's on our way or I could see like it's going to be going near us, I ain't going to play with that. So very likely, because I do think that severe weather system is going to become an enhanced risk by the time, either in the morning or by the time I check it at midday. So we'll see how things play out. But I'm really only going to make my decision for that first stream. And it looks like that's where really the big stuff's going to happen here, is going to be before the Revs game, through the Revs game. So now if it happens in between halves, well, maybe you get half. I don't know. We'll see though. We'll see though. But the plan is 2 lives, 1 review tomorrow. So I just want y'all to know that. And we'll see what happens. But with that being said, I'll see you tomorrow. Hopefully we get both. And there you go. With that being said, congratulations, Club América. Commiserations, Chivas. Congratulations, Felicidades América. Congratulations to Herediano and Inter Miami. Felicidades, Herediano y Inter Miami. Commiserations, Nashville and Robin Hood. They move on. We got 2 more to go. And this tournament only would have 13 games left after that. Crazy. I'm Ryan and I'm out. Peace.